focus of our discussion will be the Wahhabis' disbelief in the attributes of Allah. They claim Tawheed, but they really believe in Tajseem. So we're talking about here a real true Wahhabi. We're not talking about someone who calls himself a Salafi and he doesn't know what Wahhabis say. An actual Wahhabi who believes what they believe. Their belief is that Allah has attributes whose linguistic meanings refer to the attributes of a body. This means that the meanings they choose to ascribe to Allah are meanings that imply a bodily reference, like organs, places, and motion. Meaning, even if they don't use the word body, notice the word meanings. They intend particular bodily definitions when they use certain words. Let whoever talks to one of them pay attention not only to the words they use, but also to the meanings they intend. They believe that Allah has a real face that should be understood literally. They believe that he has two real eyes and that he actually smiles, these are their own words, and laughs. Their grandfather Ibn Taymiyyah claimed that Allah spoke after he was not speaking. They believe that Allah speaks Arabic, claiming that whenever Allah creates, he literally says, kun, be. They say that Allah is attributed with a very real pair of hands that must be understood as stated, and that Allah really holds creations in them. They believe that he has a real right hand and a real left hand, and some said he only has two right hands, because a left would not befit him. They believe that Allah has real fingers, but they may have different opinions about how many. At least they would say he has two, and some may say 6. They have been known to say that Allah sits on his arsh, but it seems that was too easy to refute, so they reverted to saying that he is above his arsh, meaning they made it a little more abstract. They focus on attributing places and directions to him. They say he is above, and they mean it in the physical sense. They hate for someone to claim that his highness is majestic and not physical. They claim that he is above the 7 skies, above the arsh, the ceiling of paradise. They believe that Allah is separate from his creations, disconnected from them, existing in a very high location. Some of them say that Allah is above the arsh and there's no place there. What they mean is he's so high that he is where there's no place. They do not see this as drawing similarities between Allah and his creations. Some of them said that Allah exists in the sky, but perhaps those who say that he is above his arsh have overtaken them, or they are more dominant among them. Some may say that Allah is above the arsh by a 4-fingered spaced distance. They believe that Allah descends from above the arsh down to the first sky, and then ascends back up, that Allah comes and goes, so that they believe that Allah moves from one place to another, but they might not say from one place to another. Those words, probably they won't say. Furthermore, they bind Allah by time, believing that he descends during the last third of the night, and that he is above the arsh during the day. They believe that Allah has a shin and a real foot, which will be submersed in the fire of hell on the day of judgment. They even believe that Allah will cast a shadow on that day. They firmly believe that all of these so-called attributes must be taken by their real, literal, apparent, and obvious meanings. As can be seen, when using the name Allah, they refer to something imaginary. Easily see that they do not believe in God.